But Oviosu, Tai Oviosu's Paga, I'm sure many of us have heard of Paga, is in a class by itself. It is the leading mobile money transfer service in Nigeria. Paga has 11,000 agents across Nigeria and 6 million users. The company has a staff strength of 200, and by facilitating the payment for goods and services in this way, Paga has enabled several other businesses and several other transactions to take place. In healthcare, many young people are solving huge problems with ease. I don't know how many of us have heard of LifeBank. Temigiwa, who founded LifeBank, and Ola Orekunri's Flying Doctors. These are two startups using technology and innovation to fill critical gaps in our healthcare industry. So LifeBank works on blood shortage problems in hospitals, and they save lives by speeding up blood donations and delivery to hospitals in Lagos. Their LifeBank app connects and ensures delivery of blood within 55 minutes. Ola Orekunri's Flying Doctors is the first air-operated emergency medical service in West Africa. Her company provides air ambulances from a pool of 20 aircrafts and highly trained medical personnel for emergency evacuations. But the building of a self-reliant nation must mean that the nation should at least be able to feed itself. The response of many young Nigerians to the call of government to grow what we eat and to eat what we grow, and also to diversify our economy, is responsible for the phenomenal growth we have experienced in the past 3 years in the agricultural sector in Nigeria. The transformation in productivity and increase in investment that Nigerian talent and entrepreneurship have brought to agriculture is just remarkable. Farm Crowding, and that's the name of a business, is a digital agriculture portal that crowdsources funding for farms across Nigeria. Also founded in 2016 by Onyeka Akuma and 3 other young Nigerians. It operates like a mutual fund, pooling together money from multiple investors to establish farms and hire smallholder farmers to cultivate them, and then paying the investors dividends from the harvest from these farms. In December 2017, it succeeded in raising $1 million in capital funding, and from November 2016 to date, it has over 3,000 rural farmers. All of these farmers have been able to, of course, to keep a job, to expand their operations, to increase their revenue as a result of the intervention of Farm Crowding. Farmers like Sunday Ohimai, who is a cassava farmer in Edo State, Esther, who is a maize farmer from Dorowa Babuje, just outside Jos. She recently improved her small acreage to 1 hectare. Uka AJ's Thrive Greek in Abuja uses the same business model as Farm Crowding, also with great success. 4 years before Farm Crowding, in 2012, Yemisi Iranloye founded Sultry, a cassava processing company in the rural town of Ado-Awaye. The starch it produces from the processed cassava is now used by several leading Nigerian manufacturing companies, including Nestle, Unilever, and Nigerian breweries, as they increasingly replace imported starch with locally sourced varieties. Sultry was one of the companies that found growth opportunities in the midst of the recession, as companies cut down on imports and explored locally available substitution. Companies like Sultry rose. In 2015, its revenues grew threefold, and in 2016, it began building a second production line. That is the success story of Sultry. But then there's also Abdul Fattah Sadiq Mutala, 25 years old, from Batagarawa local government in Katsina State. He founded BioGreen Agro in 2016. It builds greenhouses and hydroponic systems. What's a hydroponic system? It's a method of growing plants in the growth chambers without soil. BioGreen is producing now animal fodder in a climate-controlled facility year-round using this technology. BioGreen Agro supplies farms and ranches now with fodder feed across the country. There's Kola Masha Babangona. It supports smallholder farms in northern Nigeria with financing, with agricultural input, with training and marketing. Masha is leveraging his experience in both the public and private sectors to deliver solutions that are changing the lives of thousands of struggling farmers, like Umar Magaji, for example. Umar Magaji is a 35-year-old farmer who owns 1.5 hectares of land. And as of this year, he has leased another 2.5 hectares. He plans to increase, and thanks to Babagana, he says his yields are 2 to 3 times what they were last year. He has now refurbished his house, bought a motorcycle, enrolled his children in school, and is hoping that he can perform the pilgrimage to Saudi Arabia within the next 2 years. Angela Delaja is the founder of Fresh Direct. She has perfected an innovative approach to farming in disused containers, without soil, and with very little water. What she's doing could very well be the beginning of a farming revolution in Nigeria. Also, while I was visiting the workstation, which is a hub in Victoria Island, I had the pleasure of drinking Shola Ladoja's fresh juice. The name of the fresh juice is Pick Me Up. It's made up by his startup, which is called Simply Green. Simply Green is a farm-to-bottle, raw, organic, cold-pressed juice company using organic and technologically harvested practices, meaning that they do not use chemicals or pesticides in growing their fruits and vegetables. This is a kind of innovation that young people have brought. But in beauty and high fashion, there's very little doubt that young Nigerians have captured and in some instances dominated local and international imagination. So the groundbreaking works, and I'm sure some of us know, Deola Sego and Lisa Folawiyo, has spawned a whole new generation of Nigerian designers who are confidently using Nigerian and African print to make bold and unmistakable statements in high fashion. So today, Deola Sego has transformed the traditional Yoruba Iro and Buba by using laser-cut ashoke to create the now famous Komole. I'm sure many of us know Komole, the toast of brides across the country. Lisa Folawiyo, on her part, has taken beaded African print to new levels of creativity, and both of them have inspired a new generation of designers, like Andrea Iyama and 31-year-old Amaka Osakwe. Makio is the name of her brand, and she started at the age of 23. She's now celebrated in Vogue magazine and last year in the New Yorker as West Africa's most daring designer. Her use of adire in many collections is an intentional ploy to boldly redefine elements of our culture.